Hello, dear listeners, to my next episode of The Next You, your podcast for personal development and purpose. In this episode, I want to talk about a topic that I've been dealing with a lot in the past years: authenticity. Do you know when you act authentically and when not? Often we realize after a meeting or situation that we weren't ourselves, and we might even blame us for that. But why is it that sometimes we act authentically and sometimes not? And how do we know that? So stay with me while I dissect this topic and provide you 3 strategies you can use to get familiar with your authenticity. What is authenticity really? Google says authenticity means you are true to your own personality, values, and spirit, regardless of the pressure that you are under to act otherwise. So let's digest this bit by bit. First, it's about personality, values, spirit, how to define personality, how we think, feel, and behave, I would say. And then it goes deeper, mentioning values and spirit. To me, this means a combination of the mental and emotional aspects. Mentally, we describe us and what is important to us via values. And emotionally or spiritually, we also feel what is right and wrong, even without knowing to what value something might be connected. So we can see that it's pointing us in a direction, a combination of mental and emotional spheres. What surprised me is then the addition of under pressure. You do or don't act otherwise. So if you want to put your authenticity to the test, then you need pressure, challenges, and our lives are full of those, right? So I'd say when we need to be aware of the fact that we act differently under pressure. Example, from the corporate world I was in for many years. Companies try to have an open culture with failure, tolerance, etc., and communicate such values to their employees. On the other side, though, we are confronted with different behaviors of the leaders in times of struggle, business-driven or maybe private struggles. Here we clearly see a mismatch of a general statement of the company and the present behavior of its representatives. This leads to frustration and creates unsatisfying work environments. It's crucial for companies not only to come up and communicate their values, in other words, how they want to act authentically as a company in this business world. They need to onboard everyone to this and drill down to the deepest possible level so that employees and especially leaders can personally understand what is meant by it and act according to it. What can you do? Whenever you encounter a situation of pressure, try to find a short moment of time to ask yourself what you really need. Bringing things down to the level of needs helps a lot, as you can not only connect to your needs, but can also clearly communicate them. It is much easier to find a match between needs than a match between opinions, emotions, or other behaviors that people choose that are driven by a need. But the need stays hidden behind the actions many times. When I was challenged, when I felt that in my former working context I'm not content and had a feeling of emptiness, I couldn't rationally tell why for a long time. Only the emotional side of me was aware and was sending signal after signal. And then I started to do some mind digging. I was able to translate my feelings into words, values, passions. I could separate my own values from the ones from my parents, for example. And I was able to do so. I got clarity. So I was able to communicate what I need and subsequently took action and left my long-term employer in my case. How can you achieve a state of authenticity? In other words, when the inside fits to the outside. 1. Spend time with yourself. 2. Do the inner work and reflect about what are your own values, opinions, and which of them are the ones from others, for example, from your parents. And 3. Connect the rational world of the mind with your body, meaning emotions, and act according to that balanced state of your personality. That is why reflecting and working on your purpose is so crucial. It represents the engine inside of you and ensures an alignment of mind and heart, which is a state of total balance and contentment. I want to end this podcast with a quote from Oprah Winfrey about this. There is no paycheck that can equal the feeling of contentment that comes from being the person you're meant to be. I hope you liked this insights on authenticity today, dear listeners. Let me know about your experiences with this topic, and I hope to hear and see you soon. Bye for now.